Am I here? There I am. Hi, how are you? It is Thursday, the 15th day of May, 2025. It's live television. We work without a net, and it's hard to believe. I just thought about this 10 seconds ago. At noon today, we're going to be halfway through the month of May. I wasn't consulted on that. That reminds me, I got to pay taxes. Make a quick note of that. I'm Dan Kuntz, 52 degrees. We have a mixture of clouds and sun as the day progresses. The sun is going to be hidden by the clouds. Clouds will be increasing as the day progresses. It's going to be breezy today. Still active weather, really right through the week and into the early part of next week. Temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler than we were originally anticipating. We'll have some sunshine for the most part, but cooler than normal temperatures, a little breezy, a little rain on Saturday, maybe a lot of rain if we get a thunderstorm or two. Unsettled is the best way to put it. Weather is coming up. Well, the weather details are coming up. The weather is always coming up. Can't do anything about that. The weather forecast there. I'll clarify that. News, our own Jefferson Robbins had a very informative conversation with Congresswoman Kim Schreier. If you didn't hear by now, they had a 26-hour session about Medicaid. She had a chance to visit with our own Jefferson Robbins afterwards, probably after a few cups of coffee. We'll have that when we get to news. Sports, it was not a very good homestand for the Mariners. Of course, they got swept by the Blue Jays, and the Yankees took 2 of 3, including yesterday. Highlights of that, plus the prep action. It's Thursday, Pause for Pets. Duchess the dog needs a home. And tonight at the Demerica Performing Arts Center, it's the annual Apple Awards presented by the Barrett family. It is honoring the very best in high school theater productions, both musicals and plays for all the local high schools that have such departments. They hand out the hardware tonight. Brian Higgins is the director of tonight's show at the PAC. You're going to want to stay close for that interview, and then you're going to want to buy tickets and check it out because they're going to be doing some entertaining for you tonight at the PAC with the local talent. Let's do it. Let's head around the valley with our cameras. Once again, our Wenatchee Heights camera bats lead off, and we have the high clouds up above the Wenatchee Valley. As I mentioned already, as the day progresses, the clouds will be thickening up. Pretty windy most of the day today. Right now at Pangbourne, it's northwest wind at 17 miles an hour. It's about as strong as it's going to get, but it's still going to be a little breezy today, tonight. Friday is by far the best day of the 7-day forecast. If you like lots of sunshine, mild temperatures, and no wind, Friday is about it. Saturday is going to be another story altogether. Camera number 2. Off to Lake Wenatchee. Good morning to Lake Wenatchee. I've always mentioned the mosquitoes this time of the year. I have spent many, many days at our old family cabin on the south shore of Lake Wenatchee getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. It just happens this time of the year if you got to put up with it. But on the other hand, the fishing at Fish Lake is always pretty good this time of the year. Camera number 3. We're off to see McNeil Canyon, the very top of McNeil Canyon. We have that baby penned way out. That's a lot of real estate right there. Good morning to Lake Chelan. Good morning to Chelan, even though we can't see you. Good morning to Chelan Butte. Looks like they're not quite as cloudy up there as we are down here. And our 4th camera to wrap up our tour is up to Billy Goats. Hello, Billy Goat. How are you? Alta Lake looks pristine on this Thursday morning. The golf course is looking good. Golf courses love this time of the year because they got the longer days, 15 hours and 8 minutes of daylight. That's a lot of tee time. Sunrise this morning, and it was beautiful. It was at 5:23. Sunset tonight, 8:31. And we topped off at 71 for our high yesterday. Not quite going to get there today. From the National Weather Service, here we go. Again, each day going to be a little bit different from the day before. Sunshine in the morning, clouds in the afternoon, wind all day. We'll top off at about 68 degrees. A slight chance of rain tonight. Still windy. Clouds all night long, 48 for the overnight low. Now Friday's looks good. Lots of sunshine all day long. Temperatures just a little bit below normal. Best part about Friday, combination of sunshine and no wind. So they tell us. And then things change Friday night and Saturday. We go the exact opposite direction. We'll be cooler than normal. We have about a 50% chance of rain. All of the rain in the forecast is in the afternoon hours. We need rain. We're not going to get a lot unless we catch a thunderstorm, but we'll take whatever we can get to help alleviate the drought. And then Sunday, we turn right around with lots of sunshine, but it's going to be breezy on Sunday, not so much on Monday, and then breezy again Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday. The winds have been picking up quite a bit lately. Basically, very active weather with some opportunities for some rain on Saturday, and we'll take it. All right, that's your weather forecast. What's going on in the world of What's going on? We'll tell you in 2 minutes with the news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
52 degrees with a few high clouds. Clouds will be thickening up and rolling in as the day progresses. Breezy today. Friday looks gorgeous. Saturday, not so much. It's 8 minutes after the hour. 8th District Congresswoman Kim Schreier held her own during a 26-hour committee session on Medicaid. The House Energy Subcommittee on Health is the first to vote on the Republican plan to gut Medicaid funding and establish a work requirement which would throw more than 13 million Americans off their public health insurance. Schreier is a Democrat and a pediatrician, and she has vowed to fight the GOP efforts. Our very own Jefferson Robbins spoke with the Congresswoman by Zoom yesterday afternoon after the marathon session came to an end.
I just want to pose a big picture question, which is how does kicking or shifting 13.7 million Americans off of their health insurance make America healthy again?
Well, so the question is you're asking is, one is that we're looking at reforming the program, and we're saying, are people eligible under the standards of the program? And we do think that getting people to work that have the ability to work is good for them, is healthier for them. I would put that in the category. And so that's where the numbers you're coming from. And then we do believe that people with that aren't here with a legal presence should have health care. So, but I do think people going to work and being engaged and employed, a lot of studies will tell you that I've read over the years, I couldn't cite one, that makes people healthier. Having a purpose makes you
That doesn't hold water with me as a physician. I will just say, like, you might want to consider the fact that people who are healthy are best able to work, and you're only looking at the other way. And I would also say that, if you don't cover people who need health care, it does impact all of our health. If kids don't get vaccinated, as we've seen with these measles outbreaks, every one of us is put at risk. And so I would just ask you, as you think about the bigger picture of what this administration is focused on and what you're focused on, if that is your North Star, I want you to think about what it will mean for making America healthy again to take healthcare away from 13.7 million Americans. And I'll yield back.
The Valley Academy of Learning will have a new neighbor inside the former Columbia Elementary School building. On Tuesday night, the Wenatchee School Board approved the relocation of the Wenatchee Valley Community Transitions Program to the west wing of Columbia Elementary. The district's Transitions Program helps students with disabilities in the age range of 18 to 22 develop skills for success at home or in the workplace. The district was considering other community partners for the open classroom areas, but the board said the Transitions Program, which is currently housed in portables outside of Westside High School, had the greater need. The board also approved the hiring and contracts of incoming athletic director B.J. Kuntz and interim Wenatchee High School principal Donna Mosier, who are stepping into their roles because Principal Eric Anderson will be heading to a cabinet position at the district office. Full disclosure, B.J. Kuntz is in fact one of my siblings. I think you knew that. A Malaga man was arrested on suspicion of trespassing and theft of multiple stolen all-terrain vehicles. He was arrested 1 week ago after previously eluding police. 27-year-old Michael A. Plantius of Malaga was named as the suspect in the incident. Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison reported that a man escaped police on May 3rd by driving into an orchard near Herds River Ranch Road after driving recklessly without a license plate. On May 8th, the same ATV was seen trespassing near Goose Rock Lane towards the road of Pantia's residence. Deputies arrived at Pantia's motorhome and allegedly found him hiding in a bathtub. He was booked at the Chelan County Regional Justice Center on possible charges of a stolen motor vehicle, attempting to elude a law enforcement vehicle, second-degree possession of stolen property, and second-degree criminal trespass. Good news for you anglers. The spring fishing season for Chinook salmon at Icicle River in Leavenworth will officially open tomorrow. The Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife says the season will begin 1 hour before sunrise. That's about 4:30 tomorrow, and it'll end about an hour after sunset on June 30th. Anglers are limited to 2 12-inch fish per day, all non-hatchery Chinook fish. If they're not from a hatchery, you gotta throw them back. Anglers with current licenses can fish from the closure signs upstream from the river's mouth to shortly downstream from the hatchery's barrier dam. Fishing is also allowed roughly from the Sleeping Lady Mountain Resort to the Icicle Peshastin Irrigation Footbridge. And it doesn't look like it's going to take too long to catch 2 12-inch hatchery salmon. That would be my guess anyway. And that's what's going on at 13 minutes after the hour. The news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Tonight's NCWLIFE Evening News. Grant Olson in the anchor chair. He does the weather forecasting too. And Eric Granstrom with sports. That's TV 5, 6, and 10. And if that doesn't work in your schedule and you consume your news via the World Wide Web, you got a smart TV. I think everybody has one of those now. So what you have is a smart TV with a dumb person on it. You can watch it by going online to our homepage at about 5 o'clock. Our news will be there, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We try to make it as accessible as possible. And if something out there needs our attention, you think you might have a news tip for us, send us an email. We've gotten some pretty big stories from you. News at NCWLife.com. Not the best road stand for the Mariners. Yesterday, no exception. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLife channel.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
16 minutes after the hour, Julio Rodriguez robbed Trent Grisham of a home run. He also drove in the Mariners' only runs in the third inning, but Aaron Judge's go-ahead homer in the eighth propelled the Yankees to a 3-2 victory over the Mariners yesterday afternoon at T-Mobile Park. Reliever Ian Hamilton notched his first victory of the year. Closer Luke Weaver earned his fourth save.
Out to Julio. He's given some ground. He's onto the track. He is at the wall. Julio! Does he do it? Julio just took it back. No fly zone.
We continue to marvel at the ground he covers, and he times this up perfectly, getting to the wall, showing his leaping abilities, the pink glove, and going and getting that home run and bringing it back. You in the white with the red stitches. Come here.
First pitch to Julio. Down the right field line, and a fair ball. It just sneaks fair. Tavares scores. Rivas races home. Julio tiptoes into second base, and he has put the Mariners in front early. The two-run double for Julio.
To me, this is all about approach with Julio. It is so hard to get on plane with Warren's sinker, but you see Julio getting his bat in the zone and on plane early. Comes out hunting and just gets this down the right field line.
Now two in scoring position. Raleigh sends it into center field. Coming on, Grisham makes the diving catch to stop the bleeding. Raleigh robbed of a base hit, but the Mariners scored two. Here's Jason Dominguez. And he rips it past the lunge of Tellez down the right field line. That heads to the wall. Volpe will score from second. It's back-to-back doubles. Jason Dominguez drives in the Yankees' first run of the game. New pitcher in the game for the Mariners. It's Gabe Spire, the lefty. And Goldschmidt with a pinch hit. Deep drive into left. And it is gone. Goldschmidt ties the game to start the seventh inning with a solo shot down the line and left. It's 2-2.
Well, first pitch fastball, 94 miles an hour. Goldschmidt ambushed him for his fifth home run of the year to tie the game. Well, a nice greeting to Gabe Spire, the Mariners reliever.
1-1. Swing and a drive. Deep left field. Oh, he wasn't going home with that one. Aaron Judge gives the Yankees the lead in the eighth with a solo home run to left center. It's 3-2 Yankees. 11th home run in his career here at T-Mobile Park. He does damage in Seattle, and he does so right here in the eighth inning.
Randy Arozarena didn't even move in left field.
118 miles off the bat, Jeff.
444 feet.
That home run was the hardest hit ball by Aaron Judge this season as well. Weaver a strike away. And he got him. Swing and a miss. Ball game. The Yankees win it 3-2. They win the rubber game. They take their third straight series and finish the West Coast trip at 4-2.
Outstanding job, Luke Weaver, his fourth save of the year.
The Mariners are off today, and they could probably use it, and then they embark on a 10 games in 10 days road trip. Starts in San Diego tomorrow with Logan Evans starting for Seattle. After tomorrow, the Mariners won't have the day off again until Memorial Day. To the American League West scoreboard we go. There's the Yankees knocking off the Mariners. The Mariners lead over the Astros is now just a game as they beat the Royals 4-3. The Rangers won. They beat the Rockies, but everybody does. The final there was 8-3. So the Mariners' lead in the division is just one game over the Astros, one over the Rangers, and a game and a half over the Athletics, who lost to the Dodgers 9-3, and the Padres knocked off the Angels. All right, prep baseball. Here we go. District championship and a shot at state today. It starts down in West Valley. Moses Lake will take on West Valley for the District 5 4A championship. The winner of that game moves on to the state tournament. At the same time, right across the river from us, Eastmont plays host to Sunnyside at 5 o'clock. The loser of the Moses Lake West Valley game will take on the winner of the Sunnyside Eastmont game tomorrow afternoon for one last shot at state. Prep softball in the District 5 and 6 1A tournament. You had to win twice yesterday, and if you did, you made it to state, and the Kashmir Bulldogs did exactly that. They won their opener 21-20 over Natchez Valley. In the meantime, Chelan lost to Connell 13-3 down in Yakima. And in the second part, Kashmir beats Connell 7-6. So for Kashmir, for the fourth straight year, they're off to the 1A state tournament. Chelan was eliminated by getting blown out in their second game against Natchez Valley 23-8. For the bigger schools, the District 5 4A tournament is today. The championship game in Moses Lake, Eastmont and Moses Lake, 5 o'clock. Again, the winner wins the championship and moves on to state. In the meantime, Wenatchee will take on West Valley down in Yakima, also at 5 o'clock. The loser of the Eastmont-Moses Lake game will take on the winner of the Wenatchee-West Valley game for one last shot at state. Smaller schools, the District 5 2B tournament. It is not a loser-out game for Riverview and Lake Roosevelt. That's at 4 o'clock. That's for the championship. In the meantime, in a loser-out game, Brewster plays host to Columbia at 4 o'clock, and Warden will play host to Okanagan at 4 o'clock again. Those two games are loser-out contests. And prep soccer, again, it's championship time. Here we go. The Wenatchee Panthers, who won the Big Nine regular season fairly easily, will take on the Davis Pirates for the district championship tonight at Leib Field at the Apple Bowl. You win and you move on to state. If you lose, you still have a chance. The loser of the Davis Wenatchee championship game will take on the winner of Sunnyside and Eastmont for one last shot at state. That will be on Saturday. And finally, we got Bighorns basketball tonight. It's our last broadcast of the season. Pre-game at 6:45, tip-off at 7 o'clock. Grant Olson will have the call. The Salem Capitals are in town. Bighorns had a tough weekend. Last weekend, the TBL, they lost to Seattle and they lost to Vancouver. They'll try to get on the right side of the ledger tonight. Again, right here on this very television station. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 22 minutes after the hour, if you want to, you can indulge or celebrate or recognize the following holidays today. It's International Day of Families. It's National Chocolate Chip Day. It's National Nylon Stockings Day. I forgot to wear mine. It's Bring Flowers to Someone Day today. I'm sure somebody in the flower industry came up with that one. National Straw Hat Day. International Customer Support Day. I call them, and after a couple of hours, we get it all figured out. But no, today's Peace Officers Memorial Day today. It's Peace Officer Recognition Week for all you police officers and law enforcement, but today specifically is set aside May 15th every year to pay tribute to law enforcement officers who have been injured or killed while on the line of duty. American law enforcement agencies solve approximately 21% of all reported crimes. Now, there's a lot of crimes that take place and either nobody finds out about it, so it's not reported, or people know a crime took place, but they choose not to report it. So of all the reported crimes to law enforcement, they solve about 21% of those. It's actually pretty good. How many law enforcement agencies are there in this country? About 19,000. I stopped counting. I got a headache. How many law enforcement officers, sworn, commissioned law enforcement officers? A little over 1 million in our country. 12% of those million are women. They're getting better. The deadliest decade for law enforcement was the 1920s. 253 officers died per year on average. A lot of that had to do with, well, organized crime and prohibition. The deadliest year, single year, was 1930. When the Depression really hit hard, 312 officers died that year as crime skyrocketed. Texas has the most law enforcement deaths. Texas has lost over 1,730 law enforcement officers since Texas became a state. I was reading about this the other day. I think it was in the New York Times, the Washington Post. Police officers are much more likely to take their own lives than the general population. And if you've ever been to London, you'll notice that the vast majority of cops don't carry firearms because anybody cannot carry a firearm. To carry around a gun with you in public in Great Britain is illegal, so the cops don't have to carry guns because nobody else is. Happy National Peace Memorial Day. I don't know if happy is the right word. 25 minutes after the hour. Today in history. There it is, the flag of Las Vegas. Happy birthday to Las Vegas. May 15th, 1905. They're making it 120 years ago today. Las Vegas is founded when 110 acres of what would later become downtown Las Vegas are auctioned off. Vegas is home to 12 of the 20th largest hotels in the world. Of the 20 largest hotels in the world, 12 of them are in Las Vegas. The famous Las Vegas Strip, the famous welcome sign, neither of those are actually in the city of Las Vegas. They're in unincorporated Paradise, Nevada. 15% of visitors who come to Las Vegas do so exclusively to gamble and to do nothing else. 71% do some gambling, and 14% of the tourists who visit Las Vegas don't gamble at all. They're there for the food and the entertainment. When viewing Earth from space, Las Vegas is the brightest spot on the planet. It's a big bright spot out in the middle of nowhere. And the greatest story of Las Vegas is the story of Fred Smith, the founder and CEO of FedEx. They had a $24,000 airplane fuel bill that they hadn't paid, and the people who wanted their money said, "Give us our money or we're going to shut you down." So Fred Smith took the last of FedEx's money, $5,000 is all that he had left in his FedEx bank account, flew to Las Vegas and won $27,000 gambling on blackjack. He paid the $24,000 fuel bill. He had $3,000 left over, and FedEx was saved. Happy birthday, Las Vegas. Happy birthday to McDonald's. McDonald's does not consider this its birthday. McDonald's considers the first time that Ray Kroc franchised a restaurant from Richard and Maurice McDonald. That's what the company considers McDonald's birthday, but the very first McDonald's restaurant by Richard and Maurice McDonald opened on this date in San Bernardino, California on May 15th, 1940. And I checked this morning, and there are 36,899 McDonald's, and one may have already opened since this show started. Nobody knew it at the time. When you start a streak, nobody knows it. May 15th, 1941. 84 years ago today, Jolt and Joe DiMaggio went 1 for 4. The Yankees got creamed. The White Sox beat them 13-1. But unbeknownst to anybody, 84 years ago today, Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak began on this date in 1941. And finally, one of the greatest cultural events in American history. May 15th, 1981, 44 years ago today. Everybody remembers where they were on the evening of May 15th, 1981, because all of America turned off their telephones, gathered the family around the television set, and watched history being made, the greatest made-for-television movie of all time, The Harlem Globetrotters on Gilligan's Island. Still remains a classic to this day. Approximately 8 billion people watch that show. Give or take a couple. I'm really not good at math. Let's do some birthdays. We have 2 heavenly birthdays. Richard Daley, who ran Chicago with an iron fist, elected in 1955 and ran the city like he ran the city. He didn't need a city council or alderman or anything like that. He was it. He was the mayor of Chicago, the undisputed king of Chicago for 21 years. Richard Daley, born in the state in 1902. The reason he was reelected a bunch of times, he delivered. He delivered to his constituents. His political network was vast and deep. The man who took the most famous amateur film ever, Abraham Zapruder, a meek and humble dressmaker from Dallas, Texas, whose office was just a block away from Dealey Plaza, wasn't going to go to see President Kennedy that day during the motorcade. His secretary said, "Abe, go back to your house, get your camera. Capture the president. Your kids will like it in future years." So he did. He grabbed his Bell and Howell 8mm movie camera and shot 26 seconds of color footage in Dealey Plaza on November 22nd, 1963. Abraham Zapruder, born in the state 120 years ago. And George Brett, 3,154 career hits. That's second most by any third baseman in history. He's one of 5 players in MLB history to get 3,000 hits, 300 home runs, and bat 300 for his career. The others are Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, and Stan Musial. That's impressive. Baseball Hall of Fame, 1999 on the first ballot, and the only player in Major League Baseball history to win a batting title in 3 different decades. Probably the second greatest third baseman of all time, behind only Mike Schmidt. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Haven't really had to turn on your AC yet this year, have you? Hasn't been warm enough, but you know it's coming. Summer is coming, and you got to make sure that your HVAC system is good to go. And make sure it is good to go, because it's not too late. With the cool weather, give Alpine Air a call. They'll come out and give you a tune-up. I think they got a special going on right now. Still to come, the 2025 Apple Awards are tonight. It's presented by the Barrett family. It honors the very best high school theater productions that have been put on during the last school year, both musicals and plays from all over North Central Washington. And it's a show. Brian Higgins directs the show. He's going to join me when we come back. But first, Duchess the dog needs a home. It's Paws for Pets.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager, and today I want you to meet Duchess. Duchess is our about 5 years old white husky mix. Duchess was surrendered to us about 3 weeks ago because she was just a little too adventurous to be able for her household to keep up with. There were a lot of people in the house, and so the door was left open quite a bit. And she just has a free spirit. She wants to go out and explore and say hi to everybody in the neighborhood. Yeah. And so yeah, they hoped that there was, they wanted to find a better home for her that she deserves. She's such a wonderful girl. So Duchess has been learning some stuff since we've had her, and she came to us learning things also. But we've been doing spin, and she is so fast. She can go both ways without even blinking an eye because she's super toy motivated. Loves her stuffed animals so much. I don't even have to use treats to get her to do a trick. It's just stuffies for her. She's 5, we think, but she has so much puppy, playful energy. Yeah, you do. We just love her. And because Duchess is just so great with our dogs here and people, she's such a solid girl. She's one of our, what we call ambassadogs, which means that she's somebody that we take out on community events. She was just in our Stamilt parade, Apple Blossom, and she did so good greeting everybody along the whole route. Duchess is a really great size too. As you can see, she's kind of small for a husky mix. Yeah, and she's kind of light. She's just really, really great. So she loves our dogs here, but we think she's primarily a people dog just because snuggling is her favorite activity. Yes. Unfortunately, we don't know how she is with cats. That's a question I get all the time about our dogs because her prior home didn't have one. So that's hard to say. But other dogs and people, definite yes. She also does really well with children. She's playful but really gentle. She doesn't jump on them. Her last home had kids, and yeah, they loved her. So if you'd like to come meet Duchess, we are open Thursday through Tuesday from 12:30 to 6, or you can make an appointment online to come on Wednesdays, and we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Right now at Les Schwab Tires, it's the Best for Less sales event. Save up to $120 instantly on a set of 4 tires. Choose from a wide selection of our longest-lasting, best-performing tires, and every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. With a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. It's our best deal on our best tires with the best service in the business. Get more from less.
Celebrate this great country during Rockfest in Rock Island the last Saturday in June. Great music, great bands, great fun. It all happens at the Rock Island Golf Course. Mark your calendars and be prepared for family fun entertainment and live music until the fireworks start crackling. Contact info@rlstalent.com if you would like to help sponsor this event or bring your awesome food truck. Space is limited. Rockfest at the Rock Island Golf Course, June 28th.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting for you. The Gilded Lily offers a unique collection of hand-selected, carefully curated items to help you celebrate all of life's special moments. From the budding chef to the home decorator to that very special occasion, there is an abundance of delightful gifts waiting for you. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items to brighten any area of your home.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, I post a lot of stuff on Facebook that gets strong reactions. So since a lot of these posts point out Christian hypocrisy or the mind-boggling idea that Trump is the poster boy for many evangelicals, I get a lot of backlash. Again, primarily from my Christian brethren. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't care what people think, because I do. But as I often say, I don't care enough about what some people think to do anything about it. But I will tell you this. I care a heck of a lot more about what unbelievers think about me than I do my fellow Christians. Sorry. This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The 5th annual La Terraza on the Ave is Saturday, May 17th in front of Centennial Park in downtown Wenatchee. It's a celebration of Hispanic culture, business, food, dance, and music all day. More than 30 vendors from local small businesses will be on hand to show off and sell their food and artwork, and a tequila garden for those 21 and older. La Terraza on the Ave is a fundraiser for the Hispanic Business Council.
Welcome to Boswell's, where you'll find quality furnishings for every room in your home. Customers ask, do you have solid wood options? Yes, they do. Bamboo, maple, acacia, cherry, mahogany. With 2 floors of quality furniture and complimentary design services, Boswell's design team can create a home that's uniquely yours. For almost a century, people have chosen Boswell's for their quality and customer service. Boswell's Furniture, it's closer than you think.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to Blueberry Hills to experience some real treats. Take a look at our homemade cream pies, our amazing cheesecakes, and don't forget our famous banana pudding. Remember, we're more than just great treats. People come from all over the world to experience what has been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Did somebody turn off the lights?
Don't forget your seatbelt.
This car won't start until you buckle up.
Seatbelt, Grandma.
Oh.
1 2 take up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
However you say it, it's perfect. Together, we get there.
Welcome back to the program. I have some good news. Plans for Thursday night been taken care of. You're going to grab the kids and the family. You're going to cruise down to the America Performing Arts Center. You're going to fork over $20 for a very good reason, because the Apple Awards are back. It is honoring the very best high school theater, both musical and plays, that were put on by local high school groups throughout the course of the previous school year. Wenatchee High School, Quincy, Cashmere, Eastmont. Basically, if you have a theater department, we want you to be there. And the guy who's putting the whole thing on and in charge of it is Brian Higgins. First of all, it's good to see you again, skinny boy.
Thank you very much.
This is amazing. The amazing disappearing Brian here.
Feels good. It feels really good.
If you lose any more weight, you're going to be gone altogether. So just stop here.
That might be the retirement plan.
The Apple Awards first rolled out in 2019. I don't know whose idea it was, probably Matt Cabman or somebody.
I think Alex Haley and Kylie Boggs are the people who created it. They're certainly the ones who have done a lot of the work to connect with the teachers and with me. I was fortunate to be a judge. My wife and I judged in the very first Apple Awards, and I presented an award at the very first Apple Awards. So I've been around since the beginning, and it's changed a lot since then as well.
First thing to note, that it is a show. You're going to be entertained. I mean, if they just said, here are the nominees, here's the winner, here's your plaque, everybody would be gone in 15 minutes. It doesn't work that way. For $20, you're going to be entertained, and that's basically your job.
Yeah, I think the big thing to communicate is that it is a show, and I love theater. I've done theater, and I also love to have my time valued. So what we've done is taken what we think are the most energetic or most meaningful numbers from each of the shows that these schools have put on and put them on our stage. So if you couldn't make it to Afraid of High School's performances or Quincy High School's performances or Chelan High School's performances, you can come to the show on Thursday night and see something from every single one of their show and then spend one night supporting all of their shows. So we have 6 different performances, 4 to 5 to 6 minutes, plus 2 performances no one in our community has seen before, and they will probably never see again, that our kids will show up for on that day, rehearse, and then put on as a part of the show too. So it is a fast-moving, highly energetic, hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes, where you're going to be entertained, then see these kids get rewarded, then entertained, and then see more kids get rewarded all the way through the night.
So Thursday morning, they're going to get a script and their marks and maybe a cue sheet, and they've never done this number before, and then they got to figure it out.
2 numbers, the opening and the closing, and we've taken the opening number from and the closing number from 2 very modern shows. So they'll get the music, they'll meet with myself and the band, and our band's been put together by Riley Youngren, who does community music centered in Quincy, but he reaches everybody. And so they'll learn the music that day. If they've practiced it beforehand, great. If they haven't, we're fine with that too. And then we choreograph. I mean, I say choreograph, but I mean creatively move across the stage in a way that's comfortable to me. And they spend a couple hours just learning that stuff. Plus, they have to have time to rehearse their own numbers. So it's jam-packed. It's a little bit stressful, but the whole point is that we want everyone in our community to see what these kids can do in a day. So we could say, well, what if we gave them 3 weeks? What if we gave them 6 weeks? What if we asked all of these kids to come back and do an entire show at some point? What would that look like? And they're going to see 2 fantastic numbers amongst all of the already fantastic things these kids prepared for with numerous weeks and put on in their own communities.
And it gives them a chance to perform on the stage at the PAC. from a facility standpoint, that's got to be a treat for, say, like the Kashmir kids and the Ephrata kids and the Quincy kids who actually get to get into the theater in a professional environment in a facility like that.
Yeah, not just a professional environment in a still what I think is a very new facility, but also probably to a sold-out crowd. Last year, it felt like a sold-out crowd. I mean, when we opened the curtains and kids saw a group of kids from Wenatchee High School standing on the stage, everyone went ballistic. I mean, you couldn't hear the music for all the cheering, and then every time a new school came out, the cheering was so. That experience is so rare. You only get that when you're already a professional, when you're already at the top of your game, which could take 40 years. So to have our kids all experience that right now as freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors in high school, I think is super rewarding. It's something that I would have died for when I was in high school. I would have loved to have that.
Before you can hand out the awards, you have to have nominees. There are 8 categories, including a couple for the behind-the-scenes people, which is terribly important. Talk about the vetting process. How does that work? Is there a committee that gets together and said these are going to be the nominees for musical, support in a musical, plays, overall production, that kind of stuff? How does that process work?
So Kylie and Alex reach out to the teachers. They identify the categories in advance, and then they also ask for community arts-connected people to volunteer to be judges. And those people are expected to go to each of the shows that have been put forward as potential nominees. And so for the most part, it's every show that a school is going to put on, they're going to put into that bucket, and then the judges go to each one of those shows. So our judges have traveled to Lake Chelan High School, all the way to Ephrata, Quincy, Kashmir, to each of their shows. And I think the schools have all done, for the most part, 2 different shows to be judged. And then, so the first year when I was a judge, all the judges got together in a room and we talked through who should be nominated, who should win, how do we score, and we went through the process of deciding how to make the decision. And so those judges still get together and talk through that, and I'm not privy to that conversation, which is what I like, because I want to be surprised the night of the event as well. For me, it's less about who wins and more about giving kids extra opportunities. But those judges still get together, they come up with their scoring rubric, they put together their nominees, and then I think, because this is what happened with us, each of those judges then scores the nominees separately, so they don't even know who could win. And so for the most part, I think when we get to the night of on Thursday, the only person who knows who the winners are will be the person in the booth who has to make sure they put the right information up. And so for the most part, I don't think anyone knows, which is the most fun because everyone gets to be happily surprised for that.
And I'm glad that the folks behind the scenes have a category, and I'm talking about outstanding production crew, stage manager, and the technical people. They are recognized as well because these people who are not on stage but deserve the same kudos as those people who are out there on stage.
Yeah, and that shows the evolution of how this comes together. It's not about the people at the Performing Arts Center putting together the entire show. Those technical categories, on the day of when we have these students meeting to rehearse, we also have all of their teachers go meet at a separate location, and they do what we call professional development. They talk through what things they'd like to see happen in our communities, how they're going to schedule shows, where their strengths and weaknesses are, and how to fix that. But they also get to say, hey, next year's Apple Awards, this is what we want. And so we began offering technical honorable mentions because they wanted to cheer on their tech. We have students or schools that do student orchestras. We have schools that do student stage management. So all the schools do different things really well with their students, and we decided that we wanted to reward those schools, and those teachers wanted those kids to be rewarded as well. So those 2 categories this year specifically come from these teachers saying, hey, our kids, these kids also need to be identified as particular supporters of the arts too. And so we added those in. And the other cool thing about it is we're going to see these awards change over the next decade to keep bringing those things in. And the more that we allow our students to be in charge of those technical aspects,
yes,
the more we're going to spread that and keep rewarding it and see our kids actually getting hands-on work from the beginning.
And I've talked to the directors of almost all of the shows, both plays and musicals, and they say, and they're all adults, of course, they say it gets to a certain point in the production process where you say, kids, this is in the end your show. which is why you have a stage manager backstage who is a high school student and a spotlight operator who is a high school student, because eventually you got to let the baby be born.
Yeah, and it empowers those kids to see that the things that they're dedicated to in high school, they can do something else with, and if they want to keep going with it. Our house band for the Apple Award show, actually one of our nominees for Best Lead Performer, Jesse Evans from Wenatchee High School, will be playing violin for all of the other numbers in the show as well. So it just shows that we can use those kids, we can give them opportunities. I would not be surprised to eventually see this show directed by a student, put on by students, totally be about the students, presented by students, because that's what I just want to see students empowered to see that they can have that control. I want them to come back to the community too and say, here's how I can be involved in our community, helping other people in our community feel connected. For me, the arts in Wenatchee has been a connecting piece, and all of my connections that I've made, all of the friends that I've made, all of the community that I'm involved in comes from my experience with the arts here in the community, so I see how that's beneficial and valuable, and I want to make sure we provide that for kids so they can come back to us too.
I've asked everybody, even remotely involved in local theater, in all aspects, in all organizations, from music theater all the way across, what is it about this area, North Central Washington, the Wenatchee Valley, that has such a plethora of talent in the world of theater from kids? And it just builds and builds and builds. What's going on here? What did I miss something? Or Wenatchee's a theater town?
It is a theater town. It is, I would say right now, it is. I think that a lot of our communities outside of Wenatchee use Wenatchee as an example and are trying to do the same types of things. We're seeing lots of growth in all these communities, and I don't think that it's Wenatchee is the only place that has talent, but Wenatchee as a community, I think, has fostered environments where that talent can shine. And the people in Wenatchee have said that we want to prioritize letting these opportunities be available and helping them happen. And the Apple Blossom Musical has been a huge thing for as long as I've been in Wenatchee, for 20-some years. It has been, I haven't gone to every single one, but it's always in my face. And I'm always seeing that a lot of people are enjoying themselves and going to it. And it feels like community theater, the Performing Arts Center, all the little community theaters are such an important building block in how our community works that you can't escape it. And that just shows that we prioritize it. And prioritizing it, putting our time and money to it, shows that we care. And it shows people that they should also care about it as well.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at the playbill for Catch Me If You Can and the cast members, and I was going down the list. I said, well, that person was in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang 10 years ago, and that person was in this high school production 5 years ago, and now they're in the music theater production. It's just a self-fulfilling, it just feeds itself.
Yeah, it keeps coming in. And if you've never done a show, you should do a show. You should get in and do a show and be backstage or help out, because once you're in one show, you'll always find another one you can be in to have a great time. People, they build such a strong sense of family. And then when you leave a show, you have this significant sense of loss. Yeah. And then 10 years later, you're in a show with someone and that family feeling comes back. And we want to provide that again for these kids on Thursday, for that day, because now we're going to have kids not just from Wenatchee, but from Chelan, Ephrata, Quincy, Cashmere, who for that one day are going to feel a strong connection to each other. It's going to be emotionally packed. And then 6 years from now, they'll come back, they'll all audition for a show and be like, oh, wait a second, didn't we perform at the Apple Awards together? And they're going to have that sense come back. And that just shows us the intricate knot we can create in our valley, like through all these communities and through these experiences.
Kudos to the Barrett family. They are the title sponsor for the Apple Awards, but also Dave and Sandy Gallatley, big surprise there. The Haleys, Pat and Adele, Warm Springs Inn, and the Malloys, Lauren and Cara. They all wrote big fat checks to make this happen. We don't have time to go through all the nominees. I'll just let you know there'll be Outstanding Lead Performer in a Musical, Supporting Performer in a Musical, Lead Performer in a Play, Supporting Performer in a Play, Production Crew Stage Manager, Production Crew Technical, Best Overall Musical, and Best Overall Play, probably the big awards there. All of these are individual awards with exception of the Best Overall Musical and Best Overall Play. That goes to the school as a whole. I'm so glad I don't have to decide this stuff.
Yeah, it's a tough selection, especially, I mean, every year it's tough. This year was very tough. I went to almost all of the shows this year, and I had a great time at every single one.
And it's amazing to see a kid who sat next to you in geology class or geography class, and then they're up on stage. You go, is that the same guy I sat next to in class?
Yeah, it can be wildly different.
Yeah.
Wildly different.
Yeah. And the skill sets that one learns is just phenomenal. It really is. Again, it is Thursday night, 7 o'clock at the America Performing Arts Center. $20 gets you in. You'll have $20 worth of entertainment. What class are you missing right now, by the way, you're supposed to be teaching?
Well, I have a few appointments today, so but I'll be heading back to school in a few minutes to go teach my AVID class. So AVID and English is where I usually spend my time.
Okay. Well, I wrote a note, dear Mr. Anderson, please excuse Brian for missing school today as he had to be on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
I appreciate that.
I guess I don't have to do that as well. Break a leg tomorrow night, my friend.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming. And you look great, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just stop losing weight at this point.
Yes.
We want you around a long time. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Central Washington Water is home to the Hot Spring Spa for over 45 years. Come see the Freshwater Smart IQ. It monitors your saltwater spa's pH balance, chlorine, and more. Or the cold plunge tub that will leave you feeling rejuvenated. Plug-and-play spas make hot tubbing easy. With great financing available, cold water, salt water, hot water, Central Washington Water has a spa for your budget and your lifestyle. Stop by today.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Time to update the bathroom or kitchen? KL Laminates could do it right. Avoid the franchise fees and subcontractors and work directly with local craftsmen. Tub to shower conversions? You bet. Using their durable laminates, available in hundreds of colors and stone-like patterns, will save you thousands. Get quality, timely work with top-flight materials from local craftsmen at a price you can afford. Call or go to KrausLaminates.com for more information.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
Caught in a conflict? Family? Workplace? Neighbor? Business? Housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
Clouds and sun, kind of half and half, I guess you'd say. 54 degrees here in the big city. It occurred to me as I was looking at the forecast, and it's going to be unsettled really for quite some time. I thought to myself, it's too bad we're not having that great stretch of weather, but we got spoiled. I mean, we had, late April into the early part of this month. We went through about 10, 12 days of just beautiful weather, lots of sunshine and warmer than normal temperatures, and well, it's not going to quite be that way, unfortunately, for the upcoming 7 days or so. But it did occur to me this is actually kind of normal weather. It's still only the middle of May. We're a ways away from summertime, but I think all that nice weather that we had kind of spoiled us a little bit. It is 54 here in the big city. The warm spot right now is us at 54 degrees. The cool spot is Dryden at 49. Everybody's hovering right in the upper 40s to the lower 50s. As far as the forecast is concerned, 7 days of 7 entirely different weather going on. That's just the way it is. After hitting 71 yesterday, we're going to be a little bit cooler today. We have some sunshine right now, but by the middle to the late afternoon hours, you can forget about the sunshine. The clouds are rolling in as a number of weak little systems, one right after the other, so going to pop right in and pay us a visit. The nicest day by far is going to be Friday. Tomorrow looks good because there's no real wind in the forecast, although the temperature is going to be a little below normal. 68 today, just a slight chance of a light raindrop. I don't think it's going to happen. Again, as the day progresses, the clouds will be thickening up and a little windy at times today and tonight, with clouds all night tonight, but they will dissipate very early Friday. Friday is sunshine all day and a high of about 67 or 68 degrees. And then the clouds return Friday night, and Saturday cloudy, and we hope rain. Now, everybody likes rain on a weekend, but who's kidding who? We need the rain. Could even see a thunderstorm on Saturday. Then we go right back to breezy conditions with lots of sunshine on Sunday. And have a good Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.